Have you ever asked yourself, what if you're not broken at all? What if everything you've been told about yourself is wrong? You see, from the moment you started feeling different, from the moment your mind began to carry thoughts you didn't want, the world labeled you. They said you're weak. They said you're damaged. They said something inside you is broken beyond repair. And you believed them, didn't you? You believed their words because it was easier to accept that you're broken than to question why you feel this way. But let me tell you something that no one ever told you before. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not defective. You are a human being who feels deeply in a world that teaches people to feel nothing at all. Think about it. Every tear you've cried in silence was your mind's way of releasing pain it couldn't carry. Every sleepless night, every racing thought, every moment when your chest felt too heavy to breathe. None of these mean you're broken. They mean you're alive. They mean your mind is fighting battles your heart doesn't even understand yet. They mean you care so much about life, about people, about your dreams that your mind cannot rest until it finds peace. That is not weakness. That is not brokenness. That is the purest form of strength hidden inside pain. But I know it doesn't feel that way. I know there are days when you wake up and your first thought is, why am I even here? I know there are mornings when getting out of bed feels like lifting the weight of the entire universe. I know there are nights when your mind screams so loud that you wonder if it will ever be quiet again. And I know that in those moments you feel like something inside you is shattered beyond repair. You look at others living freely, laughing easily, waking up with energy, sleeping with peace, and you wonder why you can't be like them. You wonder why your brain feels like an enemy instead of a friend. But what if I told you the truth is this? You're not broken. You're healing from things you don't even remember breaking you. You see, your pain didn't start today. It started the day the world told you that your tears were weakness. It started the day someone mocked your dreams. It started the day you felt invisible when all you wanted was to be seen. It started the day you learned to silence your voice to keep the peace. Over time, your mind learned to protect you. It built walls. It shut doors. It created darkness so no one else could hurt you. And you mistook that darkness for brokenness. But darkness is not brokenness. Darkness is a seed waiting for light. And no matter how long it stays hidden, its potential remains untouched. Right now, you might feel hopeless. You might feel defeated. You might feel like nothing will ever change. But listen carefully. You are not here listening to these words by accident. Deep down, there is a part of you that knows the truth, a part of you that is tired of believing lies, a part of you that wants to rise. And that part of you is stronger than any pain you carry. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are growing through what you're going through. You are learning to see the world with eyes that have cried and hearts that have shattered and spirits that have fallen 1,000 times, but still rise every single morning. And if you stay till the end of this journey, if you allow yourself to hear these truths and feel these words deep inside your bones, you will find something you've been searching for all your life. The unshakable knowing that you were never broken to begin with. That everything you've been through is shaping you into someone powerful beyond measure. Someone who will wake up one day and realize that their scars are not signs of weakness, but signs of survival. And that day, you will no longer wake up thinking, why am I here? You will wake up thinking I'm here for a reason. Because you were never broken. You were only waiting to awaken the strength that was sleeping inside you all along. But if you're not broken, then why do you feel this way? Why does your mind feel like it's drowning in thoughts you never asked for? Why does your chest tighten with fear even when there is nothing to fear? Why does your heart feel so heavy when all you want is to feel light again? The truth is, your mind isn't your enemy. It's your protector. Every anxious thought, every racing heartbeat, every restless night, they are all signals from your brain trying to keep you safe. Psychologists call it survival mode. It's when your mind senses danger, even when danger isn't there. Because in the past, danger was everywhere. In words that hurt, in moments that scarred, in memories that still haunt you. And your brain, loyal to its mission to keep you alive, keeps sounding the alarm. Imagine a soldier standing guard at the border, scanning the horizon for enemies that once attacked his land. Even years after the war is over, he keeps his eyes open, his gun ready, his heart racing at every shadow in the distance. That soldier is your mind. It is always alert because it remembers what hurts you. It remembers the pain, the humiliation, the rejection, the fear, and it promised itself that it would never let you get hurt like that again. So it built walls around you. It kept you awake at night to think of every possibility. It made your heart beat faster to prepare you to run or fight. It filled your mind with thoughts that exhaust you because it believes exhaustion is better than being caught off guard. But you're not at war anymore. You're not in danger now, and your mind hasn't realized that yet. That is why you feel the way you do. Not because you're broken, but because your brain is doing its best to protect you with the only tools it knows. Anxiety, overthinking, numbness, detachment, emptiness. These are not signs of brokenness. They are signs of adaptation. Your brain adapted to pain by trying to avoid it forever. Your brain adapted to rejection by making you reject yourself first so no one else could. Your brain adapted to trauma by shutting down emotions it believed were too dangerous to feel. Adaptation is not weakness. Adaptation is survival. And if you have survived this long with a mind that never stops fighting for you, imagine what will happen when your mind learns that it is safe to rest. You see, the same mind that protects you can also heal you. The same mind that created walls can build bridges. The same mind that feels overwhelmed by darkness can find beauty in the light. But it starts with understanding that you're not fighting an enemy within. You're loving a protector who forgot what peace feels like. Your anxiety is not here to ruin your life. It's here to keep you alive. Your numbness is not here to steal your joy. It's here to keep you from drowning in pain you weren't ready to process. And every single feeling you hate about yourself is actually a sign of how deeply your mind loves you. That's not brokenness. That's loyalty. That's devotion. That's strength. So instead of asking yourself, why am I like this? Start asking, what is my mind trying to protect me from? Instead of saying, I hate that I feel this way, start saying, thank you, mind, for trying to keep me safe. But I am safe now. I am not in danger anymore. I am ready to live. Because the day you realize your mind is not your enemy is the day you begin to heal from everything that ever made you feel unsafe. And on that day, you will see yourself clearly for the first time, not as a broken person hiding in the dark, but as a powerful soul who survived battles no one knew you were fighting. And here is what's even more beautiful. As you begin to heal, as your mind begins to learn peace, you will start to notice the world differently. You will feel the softness of morning sunlight on your face. You will hear the quiet comfort in the sound of rain. You will taste your coffee without the bitterness of racing thoughts. You will look in the mirror and see not someone broken, but someone reborn, someone who walked through darkness and emerged with wisdom, someone who felt pain and learned compassion, someone who fell apart and rebuilt themselves piece by piece, stronger than ever before, because you are not broken. You are becoming the version of yourself that your pain tried to hide. Becoming the person who knows that peace is not the absence of pain, but the ability to sit with pain without losing yourself. Becoming someone who doesn't just survive, but lives. Someone who rises every morning with the quiet power of knowing that no matter what your mind says, you are here for a reason. And that reason is far greater than your fear. It is far greater than your past. It is far greater than the lies that told you you're broken. You are not broken. You are healing. And the world has no idea how powerful you are about to become, maintaining seamless motivational flow and emotional depth. And as you begin to understand that your mind is not broken, but simply protecting you, there is something even deeper you need to know. There is a hidden strength within you that no pain can ever destroy. It's the part of you that kept breathing when you felt like suffocating. The part of you that woke up this morning despite the heaviness in your chest. The part of you that holds on to hope even when the darkness tells you there is none. That strength is real. That strength is you. Think about every moment when you said, I can't do this anymore. Yet somehow you did think about every day you dragged yourself out of bed, even though your body felt like it was made of stone. Think about every time your mind whispered, give up, but something inside you refused. That refusal was your hidden strength. That quiet resistance was your power. The world might never see it. They might never understand the courage it takes to keep living when your mind is tired of fighting. But you know, deep down, you know how strong you are. Because if you weren't strong, you wouldn't still be here. Sometimes strength doesn't look like confidence. Sometimes it doesn't look like smiles, goals, or achievements. Sometimes real strength looks like tears on your pillow at midnight as you whisper to yourself, I will try again tomorrow. Sometimes strength looks like taking a shower when every part of you wants to stay curled up in bed. Sometimes strength is eating when you have no appetite, replying to a friend when your mind wants to isolate, opening your eyes in the morning when you prayed the night before that you wouldn't wake up. This is what strength looks like. Quiet. Hidden, unseen, but powerful beyond words. If you can survive the days that broke your spirit, imagine what will happen when you finally learn to stand in your power. When you no longer just survive, but live with intention. When you no longer wake up dreading the day, but wake up ready to build it. That hidden strength within you is waiting to be unleashed. It's waiting for the moment you choose to believe in yourself, even just a little bit. Because here's the truth. You do not need to be completely healed to start living. You do not need to feel happy every day to be worthy of life. You do not need to have everything figured out to take the next step. All you need is to trust that your hidden strength will carry you, even when your mind tells you it can't. You have carried so much pain with grace. You have endured so much darkness with quiet dignity. You have held your own shattered pieces together with trembling hands when no one else was there to help. Do you realize how powerful that makes you? You are not here by accident. You are here because your story isn't over yet. You are here because there is still life left to be lived, love left to be felt, dreams left to be born, and your strength will lead you there no matter how long it takes. There will be days when you forget this strength, days when the darkness feels heavier than hope, days when your mind convinces you that nothing will ever get better. And on those days, remember this, your strength is not gone. It is simply resting. Even when you feel weak, your strength is still there, breathing beneath your exhaustion, waiting for you to rise again. Because you were never broken. You were only bending under the weight of pain that was never meant for you to carry alone. Imagine what your life will become when you begin to live from this strength. Imagine how it will feel to wake up and know that no thought can destroy you, no feeling can drown you, no memory can define you. Because within you is a power far greater than your fears. A power that has carried you through every dark chapter. A power that will carry you into every beautiful chapter ahead. That power is your hidden strength. It is the part of you that never gives up. The part of you that rises again and again, even when life keeps pushing you down. One day you will look back on these moments and realize that every tear, every sleepless night, every anxious breath was shaping you into someone unbreakable, someone who knows their worth, someone who lives with depth, compassion, and courage, someone who carries light into the world because they have known darkness so intimately. That is who you are becoming. That is who you have always been underneath the pain. So today, if you feel like giving up, remember this. Your strength has brought you this far, and it will take you even further. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the world has no idea how powerful you are about to become when you finally see the truth of who you really are. But even with all your hidden strength, healing can feel impossible. You know it's there. You know deep down you're capable of rising above this pain. Yet every time you take a step forward, it feels like you're dragged 2 steps back. Every time you begin to feel a little hope, darkness comes rushing in, whispering that you will never be free. It makes you question everything. It makes you wonder if healing is just a beautiful lie people tell themselves to survive another day. Sometimes you feel like screaming because no one understands how hard you're trying. They see your smiles and think you're okay. They see you working, studying, showing up, and think you're strong and stable. But they don't see the battles in your mind. They don't hear the voices telling you you're not enough. They don't feel the heaviness that makes every movement feel impossible. And it hurts, doesn't it? It hurts to pretend to be okay when all you want is to scream, cry, and collapse into someone's arms who will just hold you without asking you to explain why you're falling apart. Healing feels impossible because the wounds you carry are deep. They're not just scratches on your skin that can be covered with a bandage. They are deep scars in your heart, your mind, your very soul. They were created by words that broke you, by moments that shattered your spirit, by people who left when all you wanted was for them to stay. And no matter how much you want to move on, a part of you still clings to the pain because it's all you've ever known. It's terrifying to let go of the pain when it has become your identity, your comfort, your shield from the world. But impossibility is just a feeling. It is not a fact. Your mind tells you healing is impossible because it wants to keep you safe from disappointment. It believes if you stop hoping, you will stop hurting. But you are not here to stay wounded. You are not here to spend your life avoiding pain. You are here to live, to feel, to rise, to grow. Healing feels impossible because it asks you to enter the parts of yourself that you've spent your whole life avoiding. It asks you to sit with emotions that once almost destroyed you. It asks you to feel the grief, the rage, the loneliness you buried so deep you forgot they were even there. But what if you allowed yourself to enter those places gently without judgment? What if you sat with your pain not as an enemy, but as a teacher? What if you allowed yourself to grieve what you lost without forcing yourself to move on too quickly? Healing isn't about erasing the pain. It's about holding it with compassion until it no longer controls you. It's about feeling every emotion without letting it define who you are. Because you are not your pain. You are the one who feels it. You are not your wounds. You are the one who carries them with silent strength. One day you will realize that healing was never about becoming someone new. It was about remembering who you were before the world convinced you that you were unworthy, before the pain changed the way you saw yourself, before you believed the lies that told you you're broken beyond repair. Healing is a return to your true self, a return to your heart, your light, your dreams. And yes, it is messy. Yes, it is painful. Yes, it takes time. But every tear you cry in the process is watering the seeds of who you're becoming. There is no rush. There is no deadline. You do not need to heal on anyone else's timeline. You are allowed to take as long as you need. You are allowed to rest when it feels too heavy. You are allowed to fall apart sometimes, because falling apart is not the end. It is often the beginning of becoming whole. So when it feels impossible, remember this. Impossibility only exists until it's proven wrong. And you, with your quiet courage, your hidden strength, and your unbreakable spirit, are here to prove it wrong. You have already survived the days you thought would end you. You have already walked through darkness that made you question the point of breathing. You have already carried burdens that would have crushed anyone else. If healing feels impossible now, remind yourself that you have made impossible things happen before. You kept breathing when you wanted to stop. You kept living when everything felt meaningless. You kept loving even when your heart was broken. That is what makes healing possible. Not because it is easy, not because it is quick, but because you are strong enough to walk through the impossible and come out alive. So if today feels too heavy, let it be heavy. If your heart feels too broken, let it be broken. But never let yourself believe that you are beyond healing, because you are not broken. You are becoming. And everything you're feeling right now is shaping you into someone wiser, kinder, stronger, and more compassionate than you have ever been. This is the journey back to yourself. And no matter how impossible it feels, remember, you are already on your way home. And as you keep walking this path back to yourself, there is something powerful you must realize. Your worth has never been tied to your healing. Your value has never depended on your progress. You are worthy right now in your brokenness, in your pain, in your confusion. You are worthy even when you feel like a mess, even when your mind is clouded with darkness, even when your heart is tired of trying. You don't have to earn your worth. You were born with it. From the moment you took your first breath, you were enough. Before the world told you who to be, before life layered you with expectations and pain, you were simply you. That little child who laughed without fear, who cried without shame, who asked for what they needed without guilt. That child is still inside you, waiting for you to see them again. Waiting for you to tell them that they are safe now, that they don't need to prove themselves to anyone, that they don't need to achieve greatness to deserve love, because they are already worthy of love just by existing. Somewhere along the way, life taught you that love is conditional, that you had to act a certain way to be accepted, that you had to look a certain way to be loved, that you had to achieve certain things to matter. And every time you failed to meet those impossible conditions, a piece of you believed you were unworthy. Every time you felt rejected, abandoned, unseen, your mind told you it was because you weren't good enough. But that was never true. Other people's inability to love you had nothing to do with your worth. Their blindness to your beauty does not erase your light. Their rejection does not define your value, because worth is not something that can be given or taken. It simply is. Like the sun is worthy to shine whether the clouds cover it or not. Like the ocean is worthy to exist whether anyone swims in it or not. Like the trees are worthy to stand tall whether anyone sits under their shade or not. You are worthy simply because you exist. Your worth is infinite, untouchable, unbreakable. No pain can destroy it. No failure can reduce it. No darkness can dim it. And when you begin to realize this truth, your entire life begins to shift. You start healing not because you hate yourself, but because you love yourself enough to want peace. You start taking care of your mind and body, not because you feel unworthy, but because you know you deserve to feel safe within yourself. You start letting go of toxic relationships, not because you're bitter, but because you understand your worth is too great to be diminished by someone who cannot see your value. You begin to walk through the world with quiet confidence, the kind of confidence that doesn't need validation. The kind that knows even on your worst days, you are still enough. Even when your mind is heavy with sadness, you are still enough. Even when you make mistakes, you are still enough. You no longer seek love to feel worthy. You seek love to share the love that is already overflowing within you. You no longer chase success to feel valuable. You pursue success to express your gifts to the world. You no longer fear rejection because rejection cannot touch your worth. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that nothing you do today can make you more worthy, and nothing you fail to do today can make you less worthy. Imagine how much lighter your heart would feel. Imagine how much freer your soul would feel. You would no longer live in fear of failing. You would no longer live in fear of being abandoned. You would no longer live in fear of not being enough, because you would know with unshakable certainty that you are already enough. And in this knowing, you find your power, the power to live authentically, the power to speak your truth, the power to set boundaries without guilt, the power to walk away from anything that doesn't honor your soul, the power to choose yourself, not from a place of arrogance, but from a place of deep love and respect for the divine being that you are. This is what it means to heal, to remember your worth, to return to yourself, to see yourself with the same loving eyes you see the people you care about, to forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before, to hold yourself with compassion through every mistake, to whisper to your soul, you are worthy. You have always been worthy, and you will always be worthy. So if today you feel like you're not enough, let this be your reminder. You don't need to do anything to be enough. You don't need to achieve anything to deserve love. You don't need to become someone different to be worthy of life. You are already enough, just as you are, right here, right now. And the moment you begin to live from this truth is the moment you set yourself free. Let me know when you're ready for the final section script to conclude this video with powerful clarity and deep emotional resolution for your audience tomorrow. Here is your next seamless continuation script, maintaining immersive motivational flow and psychological triggers for a powerful faceless voiceover. When you begin to truly believe that you are enough, something profound happens within you. Fear starts to lose its grip. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of failure. It begins to fade because your worth no longer depends on anyone else's opinion or approval. You become anchored in yourself, grounded in a truth that cannot be shaken. And from this place, life begins to open up in ways you never imagined possible. You realize that you have spent so much of your life living in survival mode, waiting for the next moment you would finally feel good enough. You kept telling yourself, I'll feel worthy when I achieve this goal. I'll feel worthy when they love me back. I'll feel worthy when I look different, when I earn more, when I become someone better. But all this waiting only buried your peace deeper under the layers of self-doubt. The truth is, worthiness is never waiting for you in the future. It is here now, within you, quietly whispering that you are already everything you are trying so hard to become. When you begin to live with this understanding, your energy changes. You stop chasing what was never meant for you. You stop holding on to people who drain your spirit. You stop saying yes to things that hurt your soul, because when you know your worth, you naturally start choosing what aligns with your highest self. You choose peace over chaos. You choose truth over approval. You choose love that nurtures rather than love that wounds. You begin to realize that your life is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. And when you truly know you are worthy of everything good, you stop accepting anything less. This is not arrogance. This is not pride. This is deep self-respect rooted in the awareness that you are a divine being, here for a purpose greater than simply surviving the days. You are here to thrive, to expand, to create, to love and be loved in ways that bring peace to your heart. You are here to live with intention, not just to pass time waiting for the pain to end. When you know your worth, you begin to take responsibility for your life. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop waiting for circumstances to change. You realize that the power to create your reality has always been within you. And yes, there will still be pain. There will still be moments of darkness. Healing doesn't mean you will never struggle again. It means that when the darkness comes, you no longer believe it defines you. When fear whispers that you are not enough, you no longer bow down to it. You stand firm, rooted in the truth of your worth. And you remind yourself that these thoughts are passing clouds. They are not the sky. You are the sky, vast, deep, unbreakable. Every day is an opportunity to remember this truth. Every moment is a chance to return to yourself. Even when you forget, even when you fall back into old patterns of unworthiness, you can come back. You can place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, I am enough. I have always been enough. I will always be enough. And with each reminder, you build a stronger foundation within your soul, a home within yourself that no storm can ever destroy. Imagine living your life no longer afraid of your flaws. Imagine loving yourself so deeply that your flaws become sacred parts of your humanity rather than reasons to hide. Imagine walking through each day with your head held high, not because you are better than anyone else, but because you finally realize you are equal to everyone else. You deserve the same love, the same respect, the same peace, the same abundance. You are no less than anyone you admire. You have the same divine light within you. The only difference is whether you choose to believe in it or not. So today, let yourself believe. Let yourself surrender the lies your mind has been repeating for years. Let yourself release the identities built upon pain and rejection. You are not here to carry those burdens forever. You are here to stand in the truth of who you really are. And who you are is beautiful. Who you are is powerful. Who you are is worthy of every dream that rests in your heart. If your mind still tells you that you're broken, remind it of everything you've survived. Remind it of your courage to wake up every morning despite the heaviness. Remind it of your kindness towards others even when you feel empty. Remind it of your resilience, your compassion, your ability to keep going when everything in you wants to give up. These are not the signs of a broken person. These are the signs of someone unbreakable. You do not need to fix yourself to be worthy of love and happiness. You do not need to become someone different to be deserving of peace. You simply need to return to yourself. To see yourself clearly beyond the pain, beyond the fear, beyond the self-doubt. You are not broken. You are a soul carrying heavy wounds, but within you is a light that no darkness can ever extinguish. You have always been enough. And the moment you begin to live from this truth, your entire life will begin to reflect the beauty of who you really are. Let me know when you are ready for your final section script to conclude this motivational series with powerful clarity and transformational closure for your audience this week. Here is your next seamless continuation script, maintaining deep motivational psychology and immersive emotional power for your faceless YouTube video voiceover. If you could see yourself the way the universe sees you, you would never question your worth again. You would never look at your reflection with disappointment. You would never silence your dreams out of fear because you would see a soul so radiant, so beautiful, so deeply needed in this world. You would see someone with gifts no one else carries in the same way. You would see someone who has walked through darkness and still chooses to be kind. Someone who has been broken open by pain, yet still chooses to love. Someone who has felt hopelessness press against their chest, yet still chooses to breathe. You are not broken. You are breaking through. Every struggle you face is chiseling away the parts of you that were never real. The false beliefs, the inherited fears, the limiting thoughts that have kept you small for too long. Life is not destroying you. It is revealing you. It is stripping away everything you are not so you can finally remember who you truly are. Because underneath all your pain is a clarity that cannot be taken away. Underneath all your fear is a courage that cannot be silenced. Underneath all your sadness is a joy that remains untouched by the world. Sometimes you need to be broken open to discover the power hidden within you. Sometimes your greatest pain becomes the doorway to your greatest awakening. Pain shakes you out of numbness. It forces you to question what truly matters. It burns away what is untrue. It pushes you to the edge of your limits so you can finally see that your limits were never real. When everything falls apart, you are given the chance to rebuild from truth rather than fear. You are given the chance to choose yourself in ways you never did before. And yes, it hurts. Growth always hurts. Change always hurts. Awakening always hurts because it asks you to let go of what you once thought was your identity. It asks you to leave behind the comfort of familiar pain. It asks you to step into the unknown with nothing but faith in your heart. But this pain is sacred. It is the labor pain of rebirth. You are not being punished. You are being prepared for the life you asked for the peace you crave, for the love you dream of, for the purpose that calls to you every single day. If you feel like you're being destroyed right now, remember, the seed must crack open before it can grow. The caterpillar must dissolve before it becomes a butterfly. Or the old version of you must die so the new you can be born. This is not your ending. This is your beginning. And every tear you cry is cleansing your soul of what no longer serves you. Every silent scream in the darkness is creating space within you for more light to enter. Every moment you feel like giving up is proof that you are still fighting. Because if you had truly given up, you wouldn't even care. So take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. Feel the life force within you that continues to flow no matter how heavy your mind feels. This heartbeat is proof that you are needed here. This breath is proof that your purpose is not yet complete. There are people who need your story. There are hearts waiting to feel your love. There are dreams that only you can bring to life. There are gifts within you that will change lives. And none of this requires you to be perfect. It only requires you to be real, to show up as you are, to love as you are, to speak as you are, because your authenticity is your greatest gift to this world. Your vulnerability is your greatest strength. Your ability to feel deeply is what makes you powerful beyond measure. The world has enough people wearing masks, hiding their pain, pretending to be strong while silently breaking inside. What the world needs is your truth, your courage to rise again,